Hi Tam, Nate here from Ledbetter Golf Academy. Just going to take a look at your swing here. I've looked at it a few times, and for the most part, I think you've got a pretty good action. I do see one kind of thing though that I really would like you to work on here. And it all starts with the way you have your hands positioned in the club. You have a very, very strong grip on the club, especially with the right hand. You can see at this point from this face-on look with your iron very much underneath the club. Now, I don't mind a strong grip to some degree, but that's really putting you in a tough spot with the club face. As we know, the hands are the single most important factor of what the club face will do during the swing. And as I'll show you in a little bit here, that really is going to have a tendency to close your club face. And how that pertains to your swing and everything else, it's going to get you into a little bit of a difficult impact position, something that you do in an effort to keep the club face square. Now, just based on the shot that I saw you hit here, it looks like you know what you're doing. It looks like you know how to kind of fix the club face with your body. But certainly we don't want to have to do that. We want to just be able to make our swing and not have to worry about making certain compensations. So you've got that right hand. I'd like to see you turn that more on top of the club there. So let me show you here. I'll take you back just to this down the line view here. Okay, so right there, that's what I'm talking about, that position right there. Okay, and then you look at the difference where Tiger would have his club face. You can see the toe of the club pointing much more up at the sky there. Yours pointing out here. Now, okay, so here we go. And then we got the closed club face. Now, what does that mean? Well, it means that at some point during the swing, you're going to have to do something to get that club back to square. And that's going to be the challenge for you. So as I watch the rest of your backswing, I like that position right there. Aside, of course, from the club face, which I'd like to see hanging more down at the ground right there as opposed to that closed. Looks like you're in a nice, powerful wind-up position right there. Knees are flexed. You're ready to go. But as I fast forward you here to the face-on view, I want you to notice something here. Is you get yourself, see that look right there? You see how your body is kind of in this reverse C-type position, and that's the position we want to avoid. It puts a lot of strain on our back. It doesn't allow us to hit it very solidly off a tight lie, or not very easily to hit it solidly off a tight lie. And it's just not the position we want to be in at address. Now, how do we get rid of it? Well, we got to get rid of that club face, because the reason you do that is to keep the club face a little bit more open. The more we tilt backwards as we swing down, the more the club face tends to open up. So we've got to get your club face square before we can get rid of that position right there. Let me show you a model here. There, so you look at impact right there. Now, of course, there's a little tilt back, but not nearly as drastic as what you have there, and it's all because, so he doesn't have he doesn't have nearly the curvature that you have right there. You can see he's much more on top of that golf ball. Well, it's all because he's got the square club face. So the reason you do that, again, is to open the club face up, not only to get you some straightness to the shot, but to get some loft on the shot as well. Notice how going through, there's a lack of release of the club. You can see your left elbow kind of getting out this way. Again, this is in an effort to try and keep the club face square as long as possible, or to, maybe a better way to put it is to not let it close any farther than it already was. You can see your head has kind of moved with the shot. That's another thing we see from players with closed club faces, and you've got a little bit of a saggy left knee right there. So it's really amazing what the club face and club position will do to our bodies, and vice versa. But in your case, that closed club face right off the bat really giving you I don't want to say a bad position at impact or follow through, but just, it could be cleaned up a little more, and I think you could see some more success with a better looking club face. So what you're going to want to do is, again, get your right hand more on top and use that model that I showed you with Tiger, where you can see the club face at this position right here. The toe of the club should be pointed up to the sky. And I would imagine you're going to hit some shots to the right to start with, no question about it. So don't worry about hitting some blocks and slices to the right initially. Fight through it. Eventually your positioning will change on the downswing. You'll start releasing that club and hitting it what I think is going to be a little bit farther, because you're actually swinging the club instead of just holding on to it. Same thing with the driver now. I mean, you've got I like your setup there. I mean, it really looks nice and comfortable and relaxed, but again, you've got that strong grip and kind of that held-on follow-through. That's, you're not swinging the club, you're just pulling it through impact to try and save that club face. See, look at here. I mean, a lot of people think their driver swing is drastically different than their irons, but we can see the club face looks very similar at the top, and then right there trying to hang on that club face for dear life. It looks like you really hit the ball nicely, but I think you can get some more power and accuracy just by having the face a little bit more square.